We are only 22 days out from Election Day, and this year voters in San Francisco will be deciding on a long list of local measures, 15 of them to be exact, and we are here to help you make sense of them all. Tonight we focus on Proposition B. It's a bond measure meant primarily to raise money for some of the city's rundown hospitals. Among them, a health center in the heart of Chinatown that hasn't been renovated in nearly 60 years. Kenny Choi gives us a look at the conditions inside and the impact on patients.
When Dr. Stephanie Lay walks the hallways of the Chinatown Public Health Center, she thinks of her family.
I used to accompany my grandmother to her doctor's appointments.
The facility is one of 13 primary care health centers run by the Department of Health. The network of clinics, hospitals, and programs offer low-cost health care to residents. No insurance or green card needed.
I specifically came to work at this clinic because I saw my family in the patient population.
The center has served mostly low-income residents since 1929. Signs of aging infrastructure abound. Sitting atop the Broadway tunnel, the building is slated for a seismic retrofit to prevent collapse and major renovations to upgrade its ventilation system and 60-year-old windows that can't be opened.
We've actually had to close the clinic down a couple of times in the last 6 months because of the heat, when temperatures were hitting like 89 degrees.
They've used zip ties to keep air conditioner ducts in place to try and lower the temperature. Staff move fans and air purifiers daily. The center serves more than 6,000 residents. George Lim worked low-wage restaurant jobs in the 80s. With no insurance, he would limit visits even though it was considered low-cost care.
When I'm sick, I know I'm sick. I don't even go to the doctor. Just stay home, that's all. And wait until it recovers by itself.
If passed, the $390 million general obligation bond would also be used to repair and renovate other city hospitals, including Zuckerberg SF General and Laguna Honda.
There just isn't an option to not make investments now in these really critical infrastructure projects.
Not only that, more than $125 million would be earmarked to modernize downtown public spaces, street and sidewalk safety projects, and parks. Critics of Prop B call this more frivolous spending by the city. One of the main opponents, the San Francisco Apartment Association, has been critical of the city's bond spending over the past decade and says this is more of the same. The association declined an on-camera interview but released a statement saying in part, San Franciscans are tired of writing blank checks to City Hall's favored pet projects without seeing actual progress or accountability from the city on our most pressing issues. The association says if Prop B fails, that could lower property taxes across the city, which ultimately could benefit renters and landlords. Besides problematic high temperatures inside, Lay and her staff shift patients to rooms mid-visit if Wi-Fi connecting equipment and computers becomes spotty. A renovation would address those issues and more.
It just takes a load off of the management team and also the staff's concerns to have to think about, and they can just focus on patient care.
Longtime patients are hopeful and grateful.
It really helped the low-income people, low-income families. We do need this place.
The sense of trust that our patients provide us is really like an honor and something that I really value.
Dr. Lay could have chosen to work in a modernized private hospital with state-of-the-art technology. She wants to stay where she is to serve the underserved.
Even some of the city's political rivals are putting their differences aside for this bond. Mayoral candidates London Breed, Aaron Peskin, and Asha Safai all showed up to the same rally in support of Prop B. This bond measure would not raise property taxes, but opponents emphasize tax rates would go down if Prop B fails.